Another step is taken toward opening a grocery store in downtown Harrisonburg. The Friendly City Food Co-op announced today that it has passed its goal to raise $600,000 in loans by May 20th. That amount was needed as part of a lease agreement signed last month. The co-op now plans to move ahead with final store design and renovations. The full-service grocery store will be located on the corner of Wolf and Mason Streets. It'll be open 7 days a week and will carry locally produced food as well as nationally recognized organic, natural, and fair trade products. And joining us now to discuss the food co-op is Noel Levon, Vice President of the Board of Directors of the Friendly City Food Co-op. Noel, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So the loan campaign deadline was actually the co-op's deadline, not the landlord's deadline for the $600,000.
Yes, it was part of a 10-year business plan that we recognized was incredibly important in order to ensure the success of the co-op. We've heard from any number of companies that and organizations that if you don't plan in enough money at the beginning, the likelihood of success is much smaller.
And that gave you an out of the lease, like if it wasn't successful over the past month, you could say, hey, it's not coming together, we can back off the lease.
And we recognized that the possibility was there that the community wouldn't step up, and they exceeded all of our expectations.
Okay. Now, what is next, and when do you hope to open?
Well, the beginning of that process is the acquisition of a general manager, which we've already begun. There was a nationwide search for a general manager, and we have applicants in the pipeline, and in fact are going to be interviewing one tomorrow and Friday. And then after that's accomplished, once we have a general manager, we begin the build-out process. That's the acquisition of an engineer for building plans, a designer, architect, and then various contractors to bring the store to opening. Everything from creating the facade of the building on to deciding exactly how many cubic feet you give for cheese or for any other product in the store.
So we might see it open when?
Probably at the earliest it could happen somewhere around Christmas. The more realistic view is that January, February, and in fact what many co-ops do is they do what's called a soft opening in order to assure that the staff is trained, that the procedures are in place, and then they go from there to a grand opening.
Right. How do you sustain this project as it moves along? How do you maintain interest and generate new interest?
What we recognize is that our nation is more and more engaged in a conversation about food and their health and nutrition, and communities are looking at what makes their communities sustainable and what makes them thrive. And a food cooperative is one more step in the integration of a local food system. So that's where our sustaining membership and ownership comes from. It's simply a matter of the community is on board and they know the value of this and they're willing to support it and grow with it.
How important do you think this is for downtown Harrisonburg revitalization?
You know as well as I do that we have several apartment and housing complexes coming into the area. There's Urban Exchange already. There's another one in the next block next to the co-op. So those, along with the Wetzel Lofts over by the Chop and Grill House and all of that area of of the city and the downtown, everybody is going to be available to it. They're even using it as a selling point for the new housing in the area.
Noel Levon of the Friendly City Food Co-op, thanks so much for joining us.
Certainly. Thank you for having me.
And for more information on the Friendly City Food Co-op, just go to our website, whsv.com, and click on the Hot button. And now let's send it to Mel in Stanton.